welcome back to Survival with Fix. We are headed back to the theme park this episode. That's right, we finished Gabor, a very nice temple for the upcoming 1.20. That's going to be awesome to have armor trims, but today, this is where we're working. We're working on the castle in the middle because I love this theme park. I mean, I love it. I love it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever built in Minecraft, and we're only like 5% done. So today we're gonna work on this awesome castle. Last episode we worked on, last episode from here, we worked on sort of the exterior part, and this time we're going on the interior. We're gonna be building the keep, and it's gonna go very, very, very high, because when you walk in here, this is actually gonna be a ride, and we're gonna do the ride another day. Right now, today, we're just doing the keep. So when you walk in, this is all gonna be closed in. There's gonna be a big gate here. We've not done yet, but a big gate, nice big doors, and when you walk in, this will all be closed off because this will be the beginning of where you get in the queue and then the ride. But we're not necessarily doing that today, because what I want to do is I want to throw in a ceiling here. I want to throw in a roof first, and then that roof is going to set the keep up on top of it, because you're going to think that the keep goes all the way down to the ground. You're not going to necessarily know that actually there's a big empty section here where you're going to go stand in line to ride a ride. You're not going to see that from anywhere else. You're only going to see from back here, the keep is expanding way up there into the sky. But to do that first, before we go any further, I actually need a bunch of torches, which I neglected to bring, and I'm gonna have to light it up. So I don't want to make a mob farm directly underneath it, because that would be an entirely different kind of exciting ride, not the kind that I want for this amusement park. Well, the keep rises, and I think it's starting to look okay. The shape is nice, actually. I think I'm nervous and I'm a little confused on exactly how I'm going to go from here, because this keep has got to be really, really tall, but I can't just go straight up, right? So I have a shape of a couple towers right here. This is going to be the tallest and biggest tower. This will be the second biggest, and then these two square towers will be a little bit lower, and then there will be also sort of jut out towers from the wall, but I think this is probably a good place for the first of the sort of stair parts where I sort of jutted out, and I'm kind of talking about kind of like one of these guys that juts out, and I haven't decided yet if I want to use diorite so it blends in with these towers, or if I want to keep it all stone. I just don't know what the right answer is. I think probably the right answer is diorite, because otherwise it's just going to be a wall of gray, and that's not great. So yeah, let's go get some diorite and see if we can do a few little jut outs first. But before I do that, I'm going to have to use some stairs and make this a little bit bigger on each one before we actually pile up some of the, expansion, if that's what you want to call it. It should look nice. Reaching the point where the keep is stretching up higher than the sort of exterior towers, which is going to be really nice. I am starting to sort of get the vision. I'm really glad I just kept the stone and stone brick palette here, color scheme, instead of adding in cobble or like big swaths of diorite, or even I considered maybe a terracotta, because if you look at the Disney castle, Disney World castle, it is kind of a creamy color, which is really like that white terracotta, but first, I don't want to exactly copy that. And secondly, I just didn't really think it fit in here. I think this fits a lot nicer. So this tower that I'm on right now is going to be the one that stretches up super, super tall. This is going to be the biggest tower. These other towers need to begin, not quite yet, but begin to start to get to where the roof area will be. So I need to sort of figure out, this will be the second biggest tower, and this will be the third biggest tower. So because I want, basically when you're standing on there, I want you to be able to look up here, and you got to imagine, like, this tower's lower, then this tower, then this tower. That way you can see all three. Now from the back, it won't be quite as good, but that's all right. You'll still see this tower on the outside and then towers up behind it. That's just going to give that depth that I really want, right? This tower over here is going to be shorter, even though it's behind, because I think that'll give a little bit more view from the back, and it'll give some variant from the side, which is also important, given that there's no roof right there. So that way I have basically every direction you're looking, I have at least 2, if not 3 tiered roofs, and I think that's really important. So the next thing I want to do is I want to bring in some of this diorite that I have here, and just come along here, because I did this one layer of diorite trim a couple different times. I think it really did help. Like you can see right there, it really helped. I'm considering doing one of the false roofs here, but I don't want to over abuse that. So I'm not sure. I might not. I might just make it a level of trim, but I'm going to do this one and then see how I feel. Then the next thing is I got to figure out exactly how the roof is going to fit over here, because I do want kind of a peaked roof. So I need to make this tower right here even with this window right there. Oh, glorious rain. Okay, now this is the part that's going to sell this as a true fantasy castle. Look at this. See this guy? See this little hangar over here? I don't know what these things are called. There's probably a name for that. I'm sure if Dream is watching this video, she's going to tell me what the official name is. But yeah, these little hangar guys. Now, the one kind of small regret I have is only from this one very specific vantage point right here. It almost looks like that hangar is connected to this roof. So what I might end up doing is taking this roof down like 2 blocks just to make sure that that doesn't conflict. In fact, actually, you know what? Let's just do that. Okay, it's a very slight change, but I think it's a good one. You can see a little sliver of sky, and that's just from when you're standing right here. But this is pretty important, as this is like where you walk up. But yeah, you're starting to see the castle come together. Now, this spire is going to be very tall. I still want to expand the tower before I even get to the spire more. So I put this here. So the tower's probably going to go maybe like 7 or 8 blocks more, and then we'll start that spire. And then this one will also have a little mini spire too. So it's going to be good. And I want to do this first because I want to make sure that these areas right here are lower than that. Now I got to say the back is really, really, really unfinished. I still have a lot to do in the back, but we're starting to get there. I'm starting to see the height come to fruition, and I'm starting to really like it. James, it's been a while since I've been down here to talk to you, but I think I may finally have a way to wake you up. I've been deep in the druidic book that I've been studying, and I think I found a spell that can basically draw consciousness out of a sleeping mind. I really have high hopes it will work, but without communication back to the past and Edwin, I just don't know for sure. Look, this spell is intensely complex, and I'm going to need a good while to gather all the materials, but I think I have to try. It's my only real idea on how to wake you up. I'm really nervous, but trust me, buddy, I'm going to help you. I hope you can hear me. Just hang in there for a little bit longer, and I'm going to wake you up, James. I promise. Okay, what do we think? I know I keep coming down here to show the exact same thing, each little segment here. I know, but this is the view. This is the view that I care about, and would you just take a look at, oh man, I love it. It's coming out so much better than I ever even dreamed it would. This is just wonderful, and I'm still very, very, very lacking of detail, right? This is just the general shape, just roughing it in. Now, the next thing I want to do is before I get to this tower over here, which this tower, I want to go about where the crosshair is here, about like maybe 60-70% as tall as the big boy over here. But before that, I want to do like kind of a steeped roof right there, right? Like over here. And I don't know exactly how big yet, but I brought some stone, and I'm going to kind of stone in exactly where I want this. Now, if you get up here and take a little closer look, you'll see, well, there's some issues here, and that's how exactly I'm going to do this. I may need to do this tower next, actually. You know what? I may need to do this tower next, because I need to know how this roof is going to sort of connect. Yeah, okay, let's change it up. Let's do this tower next. This is going to be the second highest tower, and that's going to go up to just about there, and then this tower is going to be short of that, okay? Let's do this tower next. I think that'll be better. I worked on the front gate here a little bit, not tons and tons, but I think that it's at least, you know, all the roofing is basically done. This build is big enough, it's kind of hard to see actually, but yeah, I mean, it's really coming together. I think there's a few more things I would like to add. One of them is I'd like to add a balcony coming right out here. So to do that, I'm actually going to do a double layered balcony. So I'm just, oops. Oh no, I have shuffle on. I didn't mean shuffle. So basically what we'll do is we'll just do like a little outcropping here, and then I'll go up one and do another one. That way people like maybe entertainers or guests, or say they have a big concert here, right? Because that's something that amusement parks do. Say they have a what's that Cyrus girl? Someone Cyrus? Oh man, I'm so out of touch. Who's the Billy Bob Cyrus's daughter, Miley Cyrus? Yeah, that's her name. Say they have Miley Cyrus come out and she's going to perform for everybody, right? And everyone's going to love it so much. And she might come out and perform right here on this little stage. I think that could be really cool. Maybe do a little party in the Main Street USA song, right? That would be great. Yeah, so this would be like a little stage for performers to come out and sing. Everyone can gather down there and just watch it. Fireworks, shows, the whole bit. I think it's going to be a nice little detail. Plus, it's going to separate this big blank wall, which I don't want to just add windows and windows. I tend to be a windowaholic. I tend to add way too many windows, so I'd like to add less windows. And I think that this is probably a nice excuse to not just be windows. I'm working on leafing this place up because I think we're getting very close to the end. I'm going to do a little time lapse for the question or comment of the day, which is actually going to come from Discord today. If you haven't ever joined my Discord, you should do that. It's linked in the description of this and every other video. But yeah, it's a great place to hang out. It's very, very chill. It's not super active, so don't come in expecting like wall-to-wall constant entertainment. It's just a chill place where me and my friends and a bunch of other content creators and just great Minecrafters and Patreons and YouTubers and everyone can just hang out and just chill. It's just really cool. So if you want to join the Discord, go ahead and join it. And come on in and hang out. That's where the question is going to come. But before I get to that, I want to mention I have been listening to so much audiobook. It's really helped take my mind off things and whatever, and just helped me really sort of focus on things that I really would like to get my head straight and all that kind of stuff. And I finished Oathbringer, which is the third book of the Stormlight Archive. And it's really heavy. It's like a big, heavy fantasy sort of style book. And I didn't want to jump right into the next one. So I wanted to wait a bit. So I was looking at different books, and I had bought this book a long time ago called Thrawn, which is in the new Disney canon of Star Wars, written by Timothy Zahn, who's the same guy who actually wrote Heir to the Empire, which I think is what they're going to be doing in the Mando-verse coming up very soon with Dave Filoni and all that kind of stuff. And I've been listening to the first book of the Thrawn trilogy, and it is absolutely great. The quality of Star Wars audiobooks is amazing. They do like full sound effects. The readers do voices and stuff like that. I mean, it is absolutely really great. I cannot say enough good things about the Star Wars Disney, but oh man, look, it's so nice. All right, so let's run this time lapse and get to the question or comment of the day. Today's comment of the day comes from the Laughing Burger, a channel member over on Discord. Have you ever had to stop a series prematurely? Oh my goodness, yes. Almost all of them have ended either due to really bad performance, I lost my motivation, server closing, whatever. The only series I think I've ever ended that had a really set ending was probably the most recent Walking Dead series that was just set to be a 10-episode sort of mini-series. I think Dominion Season 1 had a really solid ending too, but for the most part, every series unfortunately just comes to an end because I have something else I want to do or whatever. So it's really sad, but yeah, that's a very common thing. Regardless of that, I'm going to not end this series prematurely. This series is going to go for the rest of time, forever and ever and ever, until I drop dead in my computer chair here. I'll see you all next time from Survival with Fix. Thanks so much for watching. I love this build. If you love it, leave me a comment and let me know what you think I need to add next. I'd love to see that down below. Thanks, everybody. Bye.